이 위대한 구원. 크로스포인트 주니어 처치에서 전해드리는 이 시간, 담당의 Darin Pantley 형제입니다.
Hi, this is Darin Pantley from Crosspoint Bible Church. Have you ever watched a day in the life video? They're usually posted by people with cushy tech jobs on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, etc. You get a behind-the-scenes look at what it's really like to work at prestigious tech companies. Think of companies like Google, Microsoft, or Netflix. You recognize the brand, but what is it like to work there? Usually the people who post these kinds of videos start out recording themselves in the morning, getting ready, going out the door. After they get to work, they drink some free artisan coffee, grab some free organic snacks, all provided by the company, and they record themselves doing a little work, playing some ping pong, chatting with coworkers, and then it's time for lunch. They might attend a meeting or two, but some of these influencers don't really seem like they're working too hard, and before you know it, the day is over and their workday is done. So you watch these videos and think, wow, this is like a dream job. I want that. Sign me up for the huge paycheck. I'll eat the free food. It doesn't even look like work. What is work, anyways? Can we say they're technically working, since they're going to work and getting paid? I think a lot of people would say, I don't really care if you say you're technically working, because that doesn't look like work to me. But there are people like that who will try to twist a situation to mean something it isn't. Technically, I was working because my laptop was signed into the meeting. Technically. Even Jesus ran into people like that. One Sabbath, Jesus was going through the grain fields, and his disciples began to pick some heads of grain, rub them between their hands, and eat the kernels. Some of the Pharisees asked, "Why are you doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath?" Jesus answered them, "Have you never read what David did when he and his companions were hungry? He entered the house of God, and, taking the consecrated bread, he ate what is lawful only for priests to eat. And he also gave some to his companions." Then Jesus said to them, "The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath." On another Sabbath, he went into the synagogue and was teaching, and a man was there whose right hand was shriveled. The Pharisees and the teachers of the law were looking for a reason to accuse Jesus, so they watched him closely to see if he would heal on the Sabbath. But Jesus knew what they were thinking, and said to the man with the shriveled hand, "Get up and stand in front of everyone." So he got up and stood there. Then Jesus said to them, "I ask you, which is lawful on the Sabbath, to do good or to do evil, to save life or to destroy it?" In this situation, it was the Pharisees, the religious leaders of the day, against Jesus. Right at the beginning of the story, we know this isn't just any regular day. This is the Sabbath, the official day of rest. And Jesus is on the scene, and his disciples are there too, and they're walking through a field. Apparently, they were so hungry, they just started eating the field as they walked through it. I can just imagine the Pharisees scheming, thinking to themselves, "Aha, we got him. We caught the Jesus people breaking the rules." If they're picking crops, they're technically working, because you're not supposed to be reaping, threshing, winnowing, or preparing food on the Sabbath. Jesus' disciples are doing all four. Were they technically harvesting? Technically, maybe. Jesus put an end to that whole argument with his response. Why do we even have rules in the first place? What are we trying to do here? What should we be doing? Isn't that more important? Or do you disagree? Is being a hypocrite more important? So it gives us something to think about. The Bible is full of guidance for how to live. Imagine you get to the gates of heaven and Jesus asks, "Did you care for people? Did you use your skills?" And you start your answer with, "Well, technically." He asks, "Do I know you?" And you say, "I followed the rules."
지금까지 크로스포인트 주니어 처치에서 전해드렸습니다. 언어와 문화의 장벽을 없애고 실시간 동시 통역이 제공되는 크로스포인트 주니어 처치의 주일 예배 시간은 오전 11시이며 교회에 대한 안내는 847-212-6775로 문의해 주시길 바랍니다.